More than 7 decades have gone by since the King rode out from Buckingham Palace on the day of his official birthday. Back in 1950, it was George VI. Today, it's his grandson, King Charles III, who will inspect his troops on Horse Guards parade amid all the pageantry, the music, and the ceremony of trooping the colour. And as we all know, so much has changed since the parade of 12 months ago here on Horse Guards. We have a new monarch. We have 3 new royal colonels. We have all 5 Foot Guards regiments taking part for the first time in over 30 years. But one thing never changes, and that's the tradition of trooping the colour to celebrate the sovereign's official birthday. As we were saying, this is the first birthday parade of the new reign, so it's a very special honour for the 1st Battalion Welsh Guards to be trooping their colour for King Charles III, who was Prince of Wales, served as Colonel of the regiment for 47 years. The last occasion on which the Welsh Guards trooped their colour was 3 years ago in 2020, when a smaller scale event was held at Windsor Castle. But this year at Horse Guards, as you can see, it's all very much a full programme of ceremony and military music, with an audience of thousands of people in the stands here and many more watching around the UK and overseas. The Duchess of Edinburgh making her way with Timothy Lawrence, husband of the Princess Royal. Normally we'd see the Duke of Edinburgh, Prince Edward, in this carriage, but Henry, it's the case today, of course, that the Duke of Edinburgh has new royal duties in this procession.
He does, Hugh, yes. As there are now, the London Guards are reserved part of the Household Division, are actually on parade, street lining on the Mall. He is rightly taking his place as their Royal Colonel, mounted, and will be riding in the main procession.
In the second carriage, the Duke and Duchess of Gloucester. Duke was a first cousin of Her late Majesty the Queen, and another first cousin of the late Queen, the Duke of Kent, who's 87 this year, travelling by car to Horse Guards parade, and he's travelling with his son today. So the carriages making their way towards the Mall, this famous processional route on the short journey to Horse Guards parade. King Charles III salutes on the day of his first birthday parade as monarch. The royal salute sounded by the field officer's trumpeter of the sovereign's escort, telling the world that the king is on his way, riding to his first birthday parade as sovereign, followed by 3 royal colonels. We have the Princess Royal, who's the colonel of the Blues and Royals. We have the Duke of Edinburgh of the London Guard, and we have the Prince of Wales for the first time in this procession as colonel of the Welsh Guards. Princess Royal riding Sir John, Prince Edward riding George, and Prince William riding Derby today. These horses, gifts of the Royal Canadian Mounted Police. And there in the carriage, that's a lovely sight, isn't it? We have Prince George and Princess Charlotte and Prince Louis, along with Queen Camilla, and we have the Princess of Wales too. The Queen wearing a red silk dress which reflects the heritage of the Grenadier Guards, because she's of course the new colonel of the Grenadier Guards, and the Princess of Wales in green, reflecting her new association with the Irish Guards. And the King, who for more than 70 years has been watching and taking part in this parade, started as a very young prince, now riding to his parade, the King's birthday parade. Vice Admiral Timothy Lawrence and the Duchess of Edinburgh heading for the archway here at Horse Guards. The royal guests will be watching from the office of the Major General commanding the Household Division. The office once occupied by the Duke of Wellington in days gone by, where you can see the office windows have been prepared especially. It's a wonderful vantage point for today's parade. Just passing the saluting base there, where the King will be taking the salute when the troops march past, and the mounted troops too. Be a group of Chelsea pensioners, all of them happy to come along, led by Major Matt Clarkson, and by the way, the oldest in pensioner there today, Mike Campbell-Smith, who's 89. So we hope they have a great day. King, who first attended this event on Horse Guards in 1951 as a very young prince. And here he is, over 70 years later, saluting the colour as monarch. The royal colonel saluting, and the coachman, Matt Powers, who's saluting the colour with his whip. So as the King approaches the saluting base, one of the greatest military parades anywhere in the world is about to begin. The field officer will be ordering the royal salute, after which His Majesty will, for the first time as monarch, inspect the line of guards. It is, in every sense of the word, an historic day.
Guards! Royal salute! Present! Arms! Shoulder! Arms!
Lieutenant Colonel David Barringer. He is directing the mass band today. And in line with tradition, first section of today's ceremony starts as the King, the regimental colonels and the senior officers inspect the line of guards. The march is Welsh Spirit, a new arrangement. Music composed by Major Lauren Patritz-Watts, who's the Welsh Guards Director of Music and the first woman to become a Director of Music in the Household Division. Just a year ago, the Prince of Wales, as he was then, inspected this line on Her Majesty's behalf. And that parade reminded many of the ceremony back in 1951, this very place when Princess Elizabeth inspected the line on her father's behalf. So some very powerful parallels. Change of tempo. The mass band switches to Let the Hills Resound, written by Brynley Richards, a Welsh composer whose works include God Bless the Prince of Wales. Just a few days ago at Buckingham Palace, His Majesty presented a new sovereign standard to the Blues and Royals. The Household Cavalry Mounted Regiment bearing the new King's cipher and crown. Saluting the King's Troop, Royal Horse Artillery, commanded by Major Fran Sykes. The Royal Party saluting the lead gun of the King's Troop, which constitutes the regimental colour. The unmistakable figure of Major General commanding the Household Division, the last formal event in which Major General Christopher Geeker will be taking part. He'll be leaving the Army this summer after a long and distinguished career and a momentous period in charge of the Household Division.
Reflect how lucky I have been to be able to take part in these amazing events. I'm very sad that it's my last one. The Troop in the Colour is an amazing experience for all of us on a horse to ride down on a bright summer's day, with the crowds and the flags and with a sense of occasion. You soak up the atmosphere. And so I think it's a feeling of privilege and pride for all of us to take part in such a special day.
Major General Chris Geeker with some thoughts on what the day means, and everyone here enjoying the music with the strong Welsh flavour. Plenty more to come. The man in charge, as I mentioned, Senior Director of Music of the Household Bands, Lieutenant Colonel David Barringer.
So it's my first Troop in the Colour as the commanding officer. I've done several Troop in the Colour before, but it's really special to be the person that gets to conduct the mass bands. I'm a Welsh Guards officer, having been the Welsh Guards Director of Music, and throughout the parade, there's lots of moments where you'll think, yeah, we know that's a Welsh tune. For the troops on parade and for His Majesty, it's sort of a little bit of home, I suppose. It makes them feel like they're at home when they're delivering the parade, that they'll hear all this music that is so important to them.
That was Lieutenant Colonel David Barringer, who knows better than anyone that for many people, the best piece of music, well, best perhaps, has German origins. It's the one that is heard every year. It's the march by Meyerbeer called Les Huguenots, and it's an opportunity to see the mass band and to hear the mass band in all its glory. It's one of the highlights of the parade for many people. It's a tune that once listened to can't be forgotten, and it's coming up now, and just enjoy. The signal for the mass bands to counter march, be given by the trombonist, Welsh Guards Colour Sergeant Andrew Mercer. He's the longest serving musician in the Foot Guards. Signal for them to counter march.